Welcome to A Quest for Metal. Today we're ranking the metal genres from my least favourite to my favourite. We're doing it in a traditional ranking standard today. I did it in a tier list before and yeah, it was pretty shit. You know, let's be honest, it was pretty shit. And today we're going to do it like I've been doing it with my album rankings, and it's going to be a bit of fun. And before I start with my ranking, pop down in the comments below what's your favourite metal genres, what's your least favourite metal genres. Pop it all down below so we can see, so we can compare people's lists and laugh at people who have bad lists. No judging here. You know, all lists are valid in their own way. So, let's get straight into it with my least favourite metal genre. If you can even fucking call it a metal genre, but here we go. It is glam metal. Glam metal is my least favourite. Bands like Poison, Whitesnake, bands of that nature, Steel Panther even. No, I just don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like the imagery. I don't like the lyrics. It's really sleazy. Not a big fan of any of that stuff. With these genres, I'm gonna pick a band that I like from each genre. Even the ones that I hate, like glam metal, I'll pick a band that I like, a newer band that I like, and an old band that I like. So in the glam metal genre, I like Kiss. I'm starting to get into Kiss now. They are mega influential. They're a bit fucking pretentious, bit of assholes, but you know, the music's fine. Love Gun, you know, I want to rock and roll all night or whatever the hell it's called. They're fine, starting to get into them. And then the new one, probably Kissing Dynamite, it's pretty cool. Saw them live. I think they played with Powerwolf. That was a cool show, and they were pretty good. You know, the singer has charisma, so a lot of the glam metal bands, the singers have charisma. You got to when you're wearing stuff like that. But Kissing Dynamite was pretty cool, so those are my two picks for glam metal. And yeah, it's my least favourite. Sleazy lyrics. Don't like the look. Just everything's kind of rocky, pop rocky. It just doesn't do anything for me, so it's easily coming in last. So next up is industrial metal. So this is more kind of mixing metal with kind of like drum and bass and weird noises and shit. You got like Fear Factory, 9 Inch Nails, Combi Christ, stuff of that nature. And it doesn't really do much for me, to be honest. Older band that I love, Rammstein, is probably the best out of everything that I've heard. Yeah, I'd probably say Rammstein is the best. Newer one, I don't know really. I don't really have any newer industrial metal. It's not really a genre I kind of look into. It's more a genre I kind of avoid than trying to look into what's good or not. So if you do have any suggestions for industrial metal new ones that are good, pop them down below. But just bear in mind that I don't like 9 Inch Nails, I don't like Combi Christ, I don't like Fear Factory, I don't like any of those bands. And even Rammstein's. Rammstein's good, but I'm just bored of that sound. That sound's just boring. It's not as bad as glam, but it doesn't do anything for me, basically. Stuttering just doesn't do anything for me. So yeah, Rammstein's the only pick for this one. Rammstein's fine. So next up, new metal. You got your Limp Bizkits, keep on fucking rolling. You got your Slipknots, you got your Korns, you got, you know, new metal. You know what new metal is, Papa Roach, all that stuff. Static X, I guess, could be either new metal or industrial. Either way, I don't like them. Yeah, this genre is just falling off for me. Back as a kid, loved new metal. One of my favourites, I love Disturbed, Slipknot, Korn, all that shit was like my jam, man, my jam. Nowadays, can't stand any of it really. The best is Slipknot. I just did a Slipknot ranking, so you know, the best is Slipknot. I can still jam to them, still love them. Disturbed's fallen off really fucking hard, so I don't like them anymore. Even the early album for Disturbed is pretty shit. Like The Sickness, bleh. Believe's cool. So's 10,000 Fists, pretty fucking cool, but then, you know, there's a lot I just don't like. I mean, Asylum's good, so I guess Disturbed's half and half. The genre as a whole, don't go back to it, doesn't really keep my attention like a lot of the other genres we'll get to, so it's kind of going into the low end of the list, I'm afraid. Meh, it's going alongside industrial and glam as like the genres. And as for new band for new metal, I mean, they're all pretty fucking new, so I'll say Slipknot and Disturbed. Those are my two picks, yeah? Slipknot and Disturbed. There you go. New metal. Meh. Next up, piss everyone off. Grindcore is next. You got Pig Destroyer, you know, stuff like Napalm Death, Repulsion, all that shit. This is a genre that was the last on my list. It was, like last time, it was very bottom. Because at least I could listen to glam metal. It didn't just fucking give me a headache. But I'm starting to get into grindcore now. I'm starting to, which is why it's higher than nu metal and stuff, which is surprising. I'm starting to dig it. I dig the new Napalm Death single. That's pretty fucking sick. And I'm digging some of the other bands I'm getting into. But as a whole, I still have a long way to go. Long way to go for grindcore. It's not going to be near the top for a while as I explore some of these bands, but the sound's so abrasive, so just whoa. Way more than black metal, way more than death metal, way more than any other genre. It's the most chaotic genre, that and like slam and stuff. But, you know, I'm getting into it. And I'll say my favourite, probably, Repulsion is the classic. I think that's cool. A newer one, I don't know if an El Nafrat counts. I fucking adore them. They're black and grindcore. Does that count? Because I fucking adore an El Nafrat. If not, Cattle Decapitation, another fantastic band. So, yeah. You know, I shit on grindcore before, but now I'm starting to get into it. So, maybe in a year I'll redo this, and it might be higher. But for the moment, it's going here. Next up is Metalcore. We're grouping all the cores together. Killswitch Engage, Trivium, As I Lay Dying, all that juicy stuff. I do prefer this to any of the ones I mentioned so far, which will probably trigger people because it's higher than grindcore, but it's not a genre I'm like, oh hell yeah, I want to listen to some metalcore. It doesn't really happen, but there has been some great metalcore albums this year and last year. So one of the newer picks is probably Bleed From Within, because that Bleed From Within album this year, just, that's going to be my end of the year list. Adore that album. Bleed From Within, fan-fucking-tastic. And as for the classic, like an older metalcore band that I love, metalcore's kind of new as well. So, I don't know, I want to say Avenged Sevenfold because I really love them, which will probably piss everyone off. But then we're just straight up heavy metal, I think. I don't think they're metalcore anymore. The first 2 albums were metalcore, then nope, just heavy metal. So I'm going to go with Parkway Drive. I think they are leading the pack for the best metalcore. Heaviest, most anthemic. I love Parkway Drive, so Parkway Drive coming in top for metalcore for me. And yeah, I jam them a lot, and I think they're awesome, so big props to them. Next up, big shocker, what the fuck is this doing here? Doom metal. Doom metal. I do have some subgenres which may be higher, but traditional Doom we're talking about. You got your Sabbath, you got your St. Vitus, you got your Cathedral, but my favourite has to be Candlemass. Classic Candlemass. Love them. Love all the different singers they've had. I mean, my favourite is the classic from Epicus, Doomicus, Metallicus. But Messiah is also fucking fantastic. So love all the singers. Love Candlemass. And then the newer Doom band that I love, Chemist, I think is a cool, traditional-esque Doom metal band. A newer one. And all their albums are fucking fantastic. So Chemist for the new ones. Really think they're keeping the spirit alive. But if I'm picking a Doom album, 9 times out of 10 it's not a traditional one. 9 times out of 10 it's one we'll talk about soon. So as a traditional one, it's got to go here. Next up is Deathcore. This is going to fucking annoy everyone. Grindcore's lower than Deathcore. Deathcore have been getting into fuckloads recently. Carnifex, Fit for an Autopsy, fucking Suicide Silence, the old shit. So many good ones. So many fucking good ones. I'm getting into the fucking shit of it. Lorna Shore, amazing. That fucking new album's amazing. I'm really loving Deathcore, and everything I've heard so far, every Deathcore album I've heard so far has been fire. My favourite kind of classic Deathcore band, Whitechapel, adore them, and the newest album from last year was in my top 10 because it's fucking amazing. And as for a newer Deathcore band, I guess newer, Infant Annihilator is top of the pack because I just play the shit out of that. Whenever I'm like, I need to do some exercise, Infant Annihilator is going on straight away. Straight a fucking way. The intensity, the brutality, the lyrics, I love everything about it. It's super edgy. It's exactly for me. So next up is folk metal. Folk metal with the trolls and the elves and the woods and shit. You know, folk metal, you got violins, you got your flutes. It's cool, it's heavy. You're having a good time, you're drinking. It's a party. You got your Moon Sorrow, your Fin Troll, your Eluvete. Love folk metal. Love folk metal. It is going middle of the pack because there are genres I like better, obviously. But I'd probably say my favourite folk metal band is, if Ailstorm doesn't count, because that could be power metal. If Ailstorm doesn't count, it'd be Ensiferum, because I love the old stuff, I love the middle stuff. Newer stuff's pretty good, so Ensiferum's probably my favourite. And then my newer favourite would probably be my newer favourite, Arcona's fucking cool. Russian folk metal, love them. Love them. Her singing's fucking fantastic. So yeah, folk metal as a whole, one of my favourites, but still it's going to go middle of the pack because there's just too many good ones that I prefer. Too many good ones, just like symphonic metal. Yeah, this is really high. I love symphonic metal, always have. I love Nightwish, I love Epica, I love Delane, I love fucking everything, Amaranth, you name it, I love it. Symphonic is great, one of my favourite genres. Within Temptation, fucking Sharon's such a goddess. My favourite is and always will be Epica. It's always my favourite. It's perfectly balanced between the heavy and the beautiful singing. And that's why Epica is 100% my favourite. You know, Nightwish is close, but Epica takes the biscuit every fucking time. I can't wait for the next Epica album because I adore Simone's voice. Adore! And yeah, love her. Love the band. Amazing. Love all the albums, so Epica's easily winning. And a favourite newer one, I guess, is Amaranth. You know, they have that kind of poppy vibe with the symphonic metal, which I think just works really well. Sometimes you just want a fun poppy album. I know I shat on pop before for metalcore, but when it's female singing, it's fine. Maybe it's just me. When it's a girl singing pop, I enjoy it. It's a guy singing pop, I want to kill myself. Maybe it's just a personal pick, but for this, I think it works and it's fun, and I've seen them live and they're great. So, fuck it. Awesome. Next up is thrash metal. Ooh, this isn't near the top. Ooh. Yeah, thrash metal, I think can sometimes get a bit samey. Which people are going to shout at me for some of my top ones, which are literally fucking one note the entire way through. Spoiler alert! But, yeah, I love thrash. I love thrash metal. I think it's amazing. You know, Sodom is fucking awesome. Creator is fucking awesome. Fucking, obviously, Megadeth, Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer. Do you want me to just name all the thrash bands? You all know them. But my favourite is Megadeth. Always will be. Love the guitars, love the solos. Love his vocals. Hello, me. I just think it's awesome. It's unique. Love Megadeth. Megadave is king. My favourite newer one, Warbringer. I think Warbringer's albums are so interesting, and the lyrics in them are amazing. The latest album this year, Weapons of Tomorrow, is a masterpiece. I adore that album, and all their albums are fantastic. Warbringer is just, it brings the war. So coming in a bit higher, yeah, it's a bit higher, power metal. Some people don't like it because it's cheesy. Whatever, you're entitled to your opinion. I'll read them down below. But for me, I love power metal. Manowar's awesome. Halloween's awesome. Iced Earth's fucking awesome. So many good power metal bands. But you know my favourite, if you know the channel, Blind Guardian, is king of the fucking castle. Adore Blind Guardian. Easily one of my favourite bands of all time. Close would be Rhapsody of Fire. Close would be that. I do adore them as well. But yeah, Blind Guardian, no one can beat the Bards. No one can beat the fucking Bards. My favourite newer one, Visigoth, is really fucking awesome, bringing power metal to the new age, and Visigoth just does it so well. Really love Visigoth, love the album arts as well. So if you haven't checked Visigoth out, you love power metal, do yourself a favour and check them out. So coming in a little bit higher, this was hard. Coming in a little bit higher is melodic death metal. Melodic death metal's so good. You know, you got your In Flames, you got your Dark Tranquillities, you got your At the Gates, you got Soilwork, Arch Enemy, fucking loads of good bands. I know I did a melodic death metal ranking recently and I put Soilwork really low, but that's compared to the other bands. I didn't say I hated them. It's just low because the other bands are so fucking good. But yeah, melodic death metal has so many good bands, and my favourite is Bellacore. But if people consider them prog, because I'm kind of on the fence if they're actually melodic death metal or not, then Insomnium. It's either Bellacore or Insomnium. Both bloody beautiful. Coming in a bit higher, prog metal. And all my favourite bands are prog metal. So you'd think this would be number one. But prog metal has a tendency to be hit and miss. Some of the bands I'm kind of like, ugh. but then some of them are my favourites of all time. You know, we got Dream Theater, we got Symphony fucking X, you got Hacken, Symphony X, Dream Theater. There's too many good Tool, fucking Tool. Too many good prog bands, but my favourite is Opeth. Always will. It's my favourite band of all time. So Opeth's 100% leading the pack, blending death metal, black metal, folk metal, everything into a perfect package, and they have an album for every need. You want some classic jazzy rock, you go to Heritage. You want some black metal, you go to Morning Rise. You want some beautiful metal, you go to Damnation. Album for everything. Adore them. My favourite newer one, Caligula's Horse. Awesome newer prog band. And Rise Radiant this year. Oh, too good. Adore that album. So Caligula's Horse, great new prog band. Coming in next, death metal. Classic death metal. You know, your Carcass, you got your Obituaries, you got your Death, you got fucking everything. Death metal's amazing. Cannibal Corpse as well. So my favourite death metal band of all time, Bolt Thrower. Yeah, it's moved on from Death. Death is almost top. Almost fucking top, but Bolt Thrower is just... The riffs, man. The riffs Bolt Thrower make... It's death metal. It's just death metal through and through. And I just want to go listen to Powder Burns, because I fucking adore that song. Or Cenotaph. Or just anything. Death metal is sick. And a new good death metal band, Tomb Mold, leading the pack for like bringing the old school death metal revival back. Tomb Mold is amazing and worthy of your love. And it's a Bloodborne item. So anything which is Souls related is a-okay. 3 left, my top 3 genres. I know there's some I've missed off. You know, we're not getting slam, we're not getting gore grind, porno grind, or any of that weird shit. Mathcore, all that dumb shit. I'm talking about the main genres. This one, I think is a main genre, Death Doom. I much prefer Death Doom to normal Doom. Much prefer it. I love, Paradise Lost. Anathema. Old Anathema. Catatonia, My Dying Bride. Too many good fucking bands. Too many good fucking bands. My all-time favourite is Hooded Menace. I just love the evil, spooky skeleton kind of theme, horror theme with it. Works so well. Hooded Menace are amazing. And they are my favourite overall. And my new favourite, Temple of Void. Only 3 albums. Every single one of them is fantastic. Temple of Void, another kind of band similar to Hooded Menace. So if you love Hooded Menace, check out Temple of Void. You will get your fill. Love it. So number 2, my second favourite is Funeral Doom. Evoken, Esoteric, Mournful Congregation, Fergoffen. Oh, so many good Funeral Doom bands. I adore this genre. Adore it. And my favourite band from this genre is Ahab. Love Ahab, love the nautical kind of Funeral Doom that they do. You feel like you're drifting off in the ocean. And that's exactly what you want to feel on a Funeral Doom album. It's so unique, it's so cool, and yeah, easily my favourite. And my newest favourite, Drown. Only 2 albums, but they have another nautical kind of theme. And it feels like you're drowning. And it has that kind of like you're just submerged into the water, in the murky water, and it's darkness. That's what this album is. Drown. Love it. So that comes to number 1, and there can only be one. And that one is black metal. Yeah, it's my favourite. It's a close one between Funeral, Death, and Black. Love them all equally, but Black kind of takes a biscuit because every single black metal album I hear is amazing. Like, every single fucking one. There are some exceptions, like fucking Satiricon's self-titled. Oh, that was awful. But aside from that, most of the albums I hear are fantastic. Your Emperors, your Mayhems, Satyricon, like I said, but the good stuff. Satanic Warmaster, fucking, Total Self-Hatred, everything. Black metal is my favourite genre of all time at this current moment in time. And my favourite band from them is Burzum, or Burzum, as I like to say. Love Burzum, love the first 7 albums are 10 out of 10s. First 7. That's right, including the 2 fucking widdly diddly ones he did in prison. Love them as well. Bellis. Oh, yeah. First 7 are masterpieces. Kind of falls off after that, I think. But those first 7, come on. Easily my favourite band. And my newest favourite black metal band, I really like Imperium Decadence. I'm going to say them. It's kind of atmospheric black metal, but yeah, I just think they're really fucking cool and I'm really getting into them. So Imperium Decadence. Awesome fucking band. So, that does it for my list, and you're probably thinking I'm missing one out. That's right, traditional heavy metal. I don't think belongs on this list. I think it's in a realm of its own. It's on a cloud somewhere. The gods are on a cloud. Dio, Maiden. I said Sabbath and Doom, but I'm going to throw Sabbath here as well. Sabbath, Maiden, Dio, Judas Priest, Saxon. They're all on a cloud of their own, higher than everything else because nothing can touch them. Motorhead, nothing can touch them. Nothing can fucking touch them. They are gods. They transcend lists like this. Favourite genre? Let me know and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.